Hi people, we are here at B52, an interview for Metal to Infinity and Jan Vervaeke YouTube and Facebook page. Can you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, we're Bearfighter from Western Belgium. My name is Tess. I play the bass and vocals in the band.
My name is Neil and I play guitars in Bearfighter.
Can you give some impressions of the concert today at B52 Club? So you're playing with two Estonian bands. One has already played. What are your impressions of today?
Yeah, the most fun I had because I got to use the two Estonian bands Smoke Machine, and I really enjoyed that because smoke makes everything louder and better and harder and less visible because we're not the most pretty ducklings in the pond.
Most fun today was the actual show itself, and to be able to provide two shows, a show for the two Estonian bands that are playing here today because they're on tour, and music for music.
About the band, can you give a short biography of the band? And after it, also explain the band name. So, who chose the band name? Why you chose it?
Yeah, so the band started in 2015. After a year of rehearsal and playing songs, we were ready to get to play some shows. So eventually there was only one problem. We had to figure out a band name, and after a few months, I got up early in the morning to get to work, and I saw an episode of The Walking Dead where the sentence came in, let's prepare for a wolf fight. And I was thinking wolf fight, wolf, bear fight, bear fighter, and that's how I came up with it, and they were all pleased with it, I guess, because we're still using it.
Kind of answered already a part of my next question, so give some direct influences of the band, like similar bands, musical styles, and also indirect influences. So maybe there I heard already some answer about it.
We covered, a first song we ever covered was one of Red Fang, the most famous one I think, Prehistoric Dog. So that's definitely an influence for us. I can honestly say we both have a hardcore, the punk hardcore background. We played in punk hardcore bands before we played in a stoner doom band. And I think sometimes you can hear it in the music as well. Not that much, but our attitude is still like kind of DIY and still straightforward, so that kind of sums it up. But if we're listening to stoner doom bands, I guess Sleep is a big influence in a way. Electric Wizard as well. Black Tusk, High on Fire. Red Fang, like I mentioned. Truck Fighters for me. Yeah.
And I'm always a huge Mastodon fan, so that played a part in it as well, because the earlier songs of our first album, EP, were a lot of Mastodon-based riffs, but now we rolled into the more doomy stoner sound, and slower, heavier, and indirect influences. Great influence for my lyrics is always H.P. Lovecraft books, the short stories of cosmic horror, the negative way of life. Some shows like horror movies. I'm a big horror movie fan, and that also played a large part in writing of the lyrics and singing the songs and how the songs are being played.
My impressions is you sound a bit like all the bands that were signed on Hellhound Records in the 90s, and that's quite similar to, like you mentioned, influences like Electric Wizard and stuff that are all a bit this kind of influence. So that explains it. Now, most difficult question. You don't have a telephone, you don't have internet, you don't have radio, no television, only a record player, and you're on a desert island. Which three albums each one of you would listen to?
That's a hard one. That's my first first record I would take along with me would be, yeah, it's a little stereotypical, but probably be Sleep with a Dope Smoker. Just because it's one of the primo stoner sounds and bands ever. Really love my El Cisneros. So the second LP I would probably bring would be, oh crap, this is hard. Probably would be Mastodon with crap, Emperor of Sand, just because I'm a huge Mastodon fan. Watched them many times, and it's always great to see them. The third one is a bit atypical. That probably would be Lana Del Rey with Ultraviolence, because I love me some soft music based on, I don't know. I just love Lana Del Rey, really.
This is hard. I would probably take Sabotage from Black Sabbath because it's a really good. It's not a stoner album. It's a really good hard rock album, and I got it from my father. It was his vinyl, and I kind of stole it because he didn't listen to it anyway. Then the second one would be Complete Discography by Judge. It's a mid '80s, early '90s hardcore band from New York, which I have enjoyed many times. Great album, like the title says, it's their complete discography. That's all the songs they ever brought out are on it. And last but not least, I would bring a local band from where I'm from. At Action Listener This, they don't exist anymore, but they kind of get me started to going to shows. The drummer was dating my sister at the time. And he took me to shows, and I thought, damn, there's a whole scene of music I didn't know about. So that was kind of a start for me. So that would be the last album I would take to a desert island.
One thing I kind of forgot is like, can you just mention the first names and the functions of the members that are not participating at the interview?
Like I said in the beginning, I'm Neil from Bearfighter. I play guitars. The other guitarist is Bon, but his real name is Nick. Bon is the nickname. The drummer is he, and next to me is my cousin Tess, but we name him Teke because that sounds better and harder.
I think that's enough for my interview. I thank you very much. Can you give the people watching the interview some horns just to finish?
Some what? Ik heb het niet verstaan.